Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Side back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Texans signing Patrick Queen. I've had my eye on, as a Texans fan, I've had my eye on Patrick Queen for a while. He was a guy last offseason. I made a couple different videos talking about the Texans potentially trading for him, and I pushed forward and I pushed forward and I pushed forward, and I really wanted to see the Texans pick him up. I really liked him. There were some connections in that. Through the Texans team and Patrick Queen. Derek Stingley Jr., a guy who went to LSU, played with Patrick Queen, and there was some chatter between Derek Stingley Jr. and Patrick Queen. Some things said on Twitter, which is now called X, but it was talked about throughout the offseason, last offseason, and the deal never happened. They didn't trade Patrick Queen at all, the Ravens. But now Queen is a free agent. And, I got to be quite honest. I'm glad the Texans didn't trade for him then, because now you could just sign him. You don't have to give anything up for him. But Patrick Queen is a very talented outside linebacker who had just finished his fourth season. His first Pro Bowl season as well, in 2023. 17 games, 17 starts. He had one interception, returning it for 21 yards. He had 6 passes defended for one forced fumble, one fumble recovery, 3.5 sacks, 133 tackles, which was the top on the Ravens list, I believe. I think he did have the most tackles on the Ravens. 9 tackles for loss, 6 QB hits. 2022, 17 games, 17 starts, 2 interceptions, returned those for 11 yards, 6 passes defended, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, returned those for 5 yards, 5 sacks, 117 tackles. So he's a really good outside linebacker. And I think for the Texans defense, they really could, upgrade some things on the defense. I think the defensive line is one thing for sure, but I think another thing for this Texans defense is, bringing in a tough outside linebacker, or just a linebacker, pair a tough linebacker with Christian Harris. I think having a guy like Christian Harris and pairing him with Patrick Queen, and how young Christian Harris is, and I think how talented he is. You pair him with Patrick Queen. Those two together would actually be a really good linebacker duo. And then you also have so many other young good pieces on the defense, like Derek Stingley Jr. and Jalen Petrie, Will Anderson Jr., Jonathan Grenard, if you bring him back. So I really think Patrick Queen would be an amazing addition for the Houston Texans to bring him in free agency. And, the reports is that the Texans and Patrick Queen share mutual interest in each other. So maybe the two sides could come to agreement a week from now when free agency begins. But I guess I could say we can only hope, right? But I think he would make this defense a lot more stronger, and this defense would be pretty tough with him. Let me know your thoughts on the potential signing for the Texans in the comment section, and peace out.